So this particular video, I shall be teaching you on how to fix a waistband properly. So first of all, get the waist measurement of the trousers. My waist measurement was 44. So I'm going to reduce it by 2 inches. So I'm going to be measuring 42 inches. So I'm going to finish it at 42. Then I cut it out. When I cut it out, I'm joining it. So after I join it, leaving a space for I'm going to be leaving a space for, I'll divide it into two so that I'll know the actual space I'll be leaving for lace, the lace that will be inside to tie the trousers in case it's falling out. So I'm marking it, I'm notching it out. So that 2 point of which I notched out after I divide it into two, I'm not going to be sewing that part. So you look at what I'm doing. Just going to be sewing the other part of it. So that place there, it will be left with a hole. So that hole, I will flat open my seam. When I flat open it, I'm going to be stitching it. When I stitch it, you see what I'm going to be doing. I'll be stitching it in these places like this. So while I stitch, I will continue stitching so that that place will, I'm going to be stitching around the particular hole that I made so that it will be very strong and it won't lose out. So this is it. The next thing I'll be doing is to cut out the band I'll be using. Look at the way I'm going to be cutting the band. I'm going to be using the trousers to cut the band. I'll be using the hip to cut the band. That's the biggest side of it. So look at the way you are going to be adjusting the band till it gets to the point whereby you know that it's not going to be too slack. So that's what I did. Gradually, I adjust it using the hip measurement. I'm not using the waist measurement. I'm using the hip measurement. So this, I'm going to join the band. Then the next thing after joining this band is to put it inside the casing. That's the waistband casing. That's the next thing I'm going to be doing. So look at it. I'm putting it back into the waistband casing. Remember that there's a hole that there's going to be lace in it. So while you're doing this, you're going to only catch the tip of it. And if you catch the tip of it, it's not going to affect your sewing. So this is what you're going to be doing. You do it until you do it round. While you're done with this, the next thing you shall be doing after you do this is to hold the band firmly using your sewing machine. But that part is going to be a bit tricky. Like if you're about sewing that one, what you're going to do is that you make sure that you push the inner rubber towards the edge. You push it toward the edge of towards look at the way I'm pushing it towards the edge of the fabric, the folded edge of the fabric. When you push it toward then you hold it, you make sure you draw it. Look at what I'm doing. You make sure at each point is always that inner rubber is always touching the fabric. Make sure there's no allowance. So that's how you are going to do it. So you look at what I'm doing. So this is just the simplest way of getting this thing, and you get it professionally. While you're sewing, there's a marking for it to be straight. There's a marking on your plates on your plates. So you use that marking to regulate it. Then you're going to be marking, make sure that when you're sewing the second line, make sure it's slightly below the opening that the lace is going to come out through. So this is simply how it's been sewn. Then when you're done with this, you notch the front, you notch the back part of it. That's again, you divide into two equal parts and notch. Then fix to your trousers. The front one, make sure that that line, that front line, that joining line, make sure it corresponds with the center front line at the trousers. Just make sure it corresponds with it, and then you sew. So that is it. So after you finish sewing, if you like, you take it to your weaving machine or overlock machine and overlock it. After you finish overlocking, then we bring it back to your lock stitch machine and top stitch it at the waist. So that's simply how you get your professional waistband. So at the end of the day, it's going to be looking very professional. It's as simple as this. So if you find this video interesting, please kindly like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave comment in the comment section. If there's also any video you'd like me to make, kindly let me know. If there's any part of this thing that is not clear, you can also ask me to redo it. I can always do it because I'm always working on them. So thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to hit the like button and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is it, and that's just it.